Hi Suri, super excited. This is excellent. There's definitely where to move forward, but you just excellent. Really, you're getting out there, you're taking pictures. This is fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at this. I really appreciate how you set this up using running water. It looks good. Let's have a look. So the way we always do this is by me taking out a little pad of paper here. Okay, and let's look at the stats. So we're at a 1/60th at f1.8 at 400 ISO. Okay, and let's look at the next picture. We are at a 1/4 at f3.5. It's going to get a little complicated because I can see you haven't held exactly to the stops, I don't think. And at ISO 100. Okay, and now let's look at the third picture, which is at 1/500 at 2.5 at 6400 ISO. Okay, so now let's work out these numbers. Okay, so from a 60th to a quarter is the 60th goes to a 30th, a 15th, an 8th, a quarter, so that is plus 4 stops. Okay, 1.8 to 3.5 is, do you remember the trick? There's a quick trick to do this. Oh, actually, maybe you did it. Good on you. You did it correctly. Excellent. You have done it correctly. Have you? 2.2. Yes, you've done it. Excellent. Correct. Very good. Okay, sorry that I was saying that you did it out of sync. You didn't. Generally, we talk about F2 as a stop, and then F2.8 and F4. So you've done it 1.8, 3.5. Do you know, there's still stops. There's still 3 clicks in between these, but they're just different to the regular stops that we talk about. 1.8 to 3.5. Do you remember the trick? The trick is that when you double the number, that means you take away 2 stops of light. So from 1.8 to 3.5, although it should be 3.6 really, but that's how it goes. 1.8 to 3.5 is minus 2 stops. This is looking good, which means 400 to 100 is minus 2 stops. Excellent, Suri. Bravo. Plus 4 minus 2 equals 0. That means these two pictures, picture 1 and picture 2, are the exact same exposure. Just the difference is that in picture 2 you have you have a longer shutter speed, which means you're showing more movement, and in picture 2 you have a smaller aperture, which means a higher number, which means a longer depth of field. So let's just have a look. This is picture 1, and this is picture 2. Okay, we can see you have the longer depth of field here, and then you have more movement in which picture? The thing is, the focus is a little different, so you can't see so well. But that's perfect. Okay, and let's just go and do the last one here. So from a quarter to a 500th is, okay, 1/8, 60, 15, so remember that, 15, 30, 60, 125, 250, 500, 500. Okay, so that is minus 7 stops. Okay, now from 3.5 to 2.5 goes 3.5 goes 3.2, 2.8, 2.5, so that's plus 1 stop. Okay, and from 160, 400 goes 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200. Excellent. 6400 plus 6 stops. Pat on the back. Suri Bodenehim. Bodenehim. Excellent. You nailed it. 1 in 4 of my students, maybe 1 in 5 of my students nail it without any mistakes. You absolutely nailed it. Excellent. Okay, make sure you understand this. Make sure you understand it clear, because this is the foundation of photography. If you understand this, you understand natural light photography better than nearly all the photographers in the world. I'm not joking, or people who call themselves photographers. It seems to me that only people who are really quite a high level generally understand this kind of stuff, and it is the key to being a successful photographer. It really is. Okay, excellent, Suri. Excellent, excellent. Very impressed. Okay, let's jump into your photo shoot. Okay, these guys look like twins. This is great. Okay, let's just have a look first through all these pictures. Great. What are you shooting in? Let's just see what you're shooting in. You're shooting in manual. Yeah. Okay, let's analyze. So now, this is beautiful. This primarily works because we have a strong shape and we have a nice symmetry. The shape goes like this. Okay, this hand could be a little bit better if it was just hanging in a little bit. Not a big deal. There's a bit of light, like this is the light from the sun is on him over here, which is causing a slight burnout over here. Not such a big deal, but definitely would be better to avoid that. Now, bind the subjects together. Have little boy number 1 put this hand around mum's shoulder, and little boy number 2 put this hand around dad's shoulder. That would bind them together. Right now, we've got great movement. You've got our subjects moving inwards. Okay, that's great. So we've got this movement going around. That's perfect. Okay, but to bind our subjects together, I'm always putting hands around each other. I don't look at hands or arms as hands and arms. I look at them as lines and as binding agents. Okay, when you put your hand around someone, he puts his hand around dad, that means this shoulder is going to come forward a teeny little bit, and so do here as well, which is going to create that more of them just helping our eye move around. This really is a great picture. It really is. It could be you could have them holding hands here, but again, this for sure, this arm should be around mum's shoulder, this arm should be around dad's shoulder. But this is a great shot. They'll love this. Stats wise, what do you think? Good, bad, or perfect? 200 ISO 3.2. 3/20th of a second, good, bad, or perfect? I would say perfect. I really would say perfect. Why aren't you at 1.8? The reason why you're not at 1.8 is because dad's further forward, mum's further forward than the two boys, so we need some extra depth of field that you've done. You've given, these are perfect stats. Your shutter speed is quick enough. Your depth of field is long enough. Excellent. Also, we've got good separation from the background to the foreground, and this tree in the background, although I generally try and get not to have things like that in the background, it's worked out fine here. You've been very accurate in placing them neatly in the picture. Great shot. Great smiles. Excellent. Really, this is a great shot. Excellent. Okay, so now this would be a great shot, just we need to brighten her face a little bit. This is a problem with the shadow falling on her face. If she came forward a little bit more, I don't know if she'd be able to. It could be you'd have to change places here to move location. The background is slightly overexposed. I'd much rather have a background where there wasn't so much sunlight, but definitely her face is underexposed, as I'm sure you can see that anyway. And I would also, what I would really want to do is get rid of, although this is really nice, this area, I'm not so into the place, because although I really like this background over here, the colors and the textures are very beautiful, it's in the wrong place, because we've got, as you can see clearly, a strong movement going in this direction. Okay, so this area is actually a dead area, so I would be thinking of cropping like here and having more space on this side. However, this is not very nice. This is nothing like this. Okay, I would much rather have this than this. So, but what ideally you should have been in a different place, because if you gave more room over here on this side, then you just have more of this ugly tree, and that isn't really helping. The light on the kids' faces are beautiful. The light on dad's face is good. Light on mum's face is not good. Yeah, I would also maybe have dad put his arm around Mum. That would push Mum forward. That might get some more light on her face as well. I think the problem with her face is that the light is being blocked by Dad, and that means she's being cast in the shadow. So by him putting his arm around her here, that would push her forward. Okay, which means she'd end up with a bit more light on her face. But like I said, I think it would be better to find a different location. When I say a different location, it could be a meter from here, just like a teeny bit up on the fence over here. Doesn't need a whole new location. But that's basically the issue. Okay, good shot. Okay, this pose is okay. There's movement this way. I don't know why you've left space here. There should be space over here. I would be doing something more like this. There you go. That's definitely an improvement. I would still like to have a teeny bit more space over here. In this place here now, the background is beautiful. This golden soft background is really adds a lot of beautiful, like, intimate, warm feeling to the image. The light, you're at, I can see for sure you're at golden. You're at the golden hour, they call it, which is, you know, an hour or so, or half an hour before sunset, which is a great time to take pictures. Can be quite difficult, but it's also it has a lot of rewards for it. This arm on her hip is great. Like I said, all I would do here is just have a little bit more room on this side. Okay, but yeah, great. This is excellent. This really is good. We've got a nice this movement around here is good. We've got good eye contact with our subjects, good light on their faces. Excellent. Pat on the back, Suri. Okay, a drop underexposed. Drop underexposed. I love this. It's a cute picture. I like also that you're not cropped in too much. Stats. I would be at a wider aperture. Remember, your camera, with my camera, I have a full frame camera. I wouldn't be at 1.8, but your camera, you could be shooting at 1.8 when you've got two kids like this, because the depth of field isn't crazy shallow. 1.8 would definitely blur out the background quite a lot more, and that would cause your subjects to pop out from the background. That's a big part of one of the big, probably the most important part of having a shallow depth of field, having a blurry background, is that it causes the subjects to pop out even stronger. So we've got a nice shape here. His arm bound around here is great. So we've got a good shape here. We do still have good differentiation between background and foreground. The kids are slightly underexposed, and that is, I think, because they're wearing white t-shirts. Come back to this picture after class 7. Pardon me. Excuse me. And you'll understand what I just said about the white shirts making the picture a bit darker. Right now, for me to explain that would definitely not be a good idea. Good. Great. I think the space, the gauging of the space around here is perfect. Perfect. Okay. Good. This is also great. This is great. We've got a great shape over here. Okay. Got a couple of strong triangles. The light on their face is good. 3.2. I think again you could be a little bit wider, maybe 2.8, maybe even 2.5 with your camera. I think for Dad to put his hand around him a little bit more might help. This arm is a little bit intrusive. It's a little bit too much. What you could potentially do is have this kid sitting on Dad's knee, with Dad's knee coming between his legs. I think I'm not so into the fact that he's so high up. I would probably be having him standing where his dad's feet are, so you ended up with a more kind of triangular composition like that, with his face something over here and with Dad's arm coming around. Generally, to have a diagonal line like this in an image doesn't work so well. It's tempered by this line here, so it's not such a big deal. It's nice. I don't think it's as successful as this picture, for example. I think this is the best shot. This is also a good shot with the crop. Great time to go out and take pictures. The light's beautiful. Great place to go. Excellent. This is really, really good. This is really encouraging photography. You're doing excellently. Okay, what should we take into Lightroom? I think the biggest difference we can make is to this picture. So let's open this one up. So first things first is we want to brighten our subjects. Not like that. There we go. I don't think we need to brighten this too much. That's fine. There we go. Good. Okay. I want to soften the background, so I'm going to create a new pin here with my pen tool. Don't want to do that. I just want to drop this, and I'm going to duplicate that again. Press H so you can see our pins. Duplicate. Duplicate, duplicate. Now what I'm going to do here, this picture really lends itself for this, is I'm going to put in a radial kind of sunshine burst. So we can put the exposure all the way up. One second, and I want to warm it up as well. Not there, 1 second, over here, drop down. Problem is, what I did with the brush tool is I did too much. Let's delete these. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I put too many masks on there. So I just want to do like this. 1 second. Let's go back to our radial tool. Could even do it from this side maybe. Actually, yeah, I think we'll do it from this side. And we will make the feathering a little less. Exposure a little greater. It just gives the effect of the light coming through in the background. There we go. 1 second. Let's see, it went from here to here. Then we can still give a little bit more light to this guy's face. Like that. Good. Okay, and I think I want to warm up this background a little bit. Yeah. With this, drop this down. Warm it up a teeny drop. Not such a teeny drop, actually. Okay, and then just paint a little bit more around here. There we go. Very nice. Good. That was quite an extreme edit. We don't generally do such extreme edits, but occasionally we do it. And I think maybe we'll put on a slight vignette. Just a slight vignette. There we go. Let's have a look. Went from here. Let's just get rid of the pins. From here to here. From here to here. Great. Okay, Suri. Excellent. 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 Looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.